So let us talk about Animal Farm. So Animal Farm in 2026 is actually a reread for me. I remember the first time it was required reading when we were in SS3, if you know what I'm talking about. When we were in secondary school, it was required reading. I remember then we read it. It really made us laugh. And then we were required to write a report about it. So the part that really made us laugh was the part where the pigs were trying to walk upright like human beings and wear human clothing. So we didn't really know what the book was about. So in the end, we finished writing our report, and then our teacher came and was not happy with us. But one person really impressed her, and she went ahead to read the person's report in class. So that is how I first came in contact with Animal Farm. Then I read Animal Farm again this year. Actually listened to it as an audio book, and boy, did it hit home. It was just like deja vu, something that I have experienced or gone through before, and I dare say many people are going through it right now. Basically, I think if Animal Farm was called How Nations Are Made, it will not be far from the truth. So basically, it follows animals on a certain farm. The farm was originally known as Manor Farm. So the animals felt they were getting the short end of the stick. Then they decided to carry out a rebellion against their human masters. And the rebellion was successful, actually, and the animals in fact ended up forming a republic. So Animal Farm is, as a book, basically follows their struggles, the challenges they faced, as I said, about forming a nation, as I said, about creating their own nation, all the persecution that came their way, everything that basically goes into the making of a nation: blood, sweat, tears, all the deception, all the gaslighting. And it's basically Animal Farm is an expose, and as I didn't tell you guys, it was written by George Orwell. I think that was the time it was banned or something, and I was not surprised but that his other book, 1984, was also banned. I think he writes along those lines of sort of exposing what is really behind the curtain of all these so-called democracies or civilizations. So Animal Farm is really an eye opener. When I read it as a very young person, I didn't really understand it, but I think I'll recommend it to young adults or those who feel that would I say the state of their nations is something that they think about sometimes. You'll do well to read Animal Farm. It is indeed an eye opener. So I really, really enjoyed reading Animal Farm. It's while I was reading it, at some points it was, well, let's say, sad or melancholic, but then that is that is a fact of life that we have to live with. So I will really read a book. I really recommend. As I said before, it was a reread, and I did not regret rereading Animal Farm by George Orwell, and I think you should too.